What's up, YouTube? So this 62 Plymouth Belvedere Johnny Lightning, just a little car I picked up today. The Antique Mall had their 15% off sale, so to get it for like $250, pretty good deal. I think right now I've looped back around into one of my Johnny Lightning kicks. Another car I found today for $3. It's 100% Hot Wheels. I've already cracked it out of the acrylic. Well, some of you don't like that. It makes it less interesting if I do it off camera, but it's too much of a pain to tear through all the packaging. So here's the car, though, the finished product, which I have to say, this is Hot Wheels. It's amazing. This is an amazing little car. Down to, well, even the gauges are detailed. The steering wheel looks pretty awesome. Got some lens headlights going on with it here. It's just a fantastic little casting. So, in honor of picking this up, oh, by the way, opening hood. Let me open the hood here. This engine, oh, it is dope. I don't know if I can get the right lighting. Lots of detail, though. Awesome little casting. Probably the nicest $2 car I've picked up in a while. So in honor of getting that, I wanted to take a look at this one here from Shelby Collectibles. Which I don't buy a lot of Shelby Collectibles. But every now and then I see one that catches my eye and I will grab it. This one, not quite as detailed as the Hot Wheels, but it's an awesome little casting in its own right. It also has transparent lens headlights. This one has all opening features, opening doors, opening hood. A lot of nice detail here, but personal preference is the Hot Wheels. Now, so that's the Hot Wheels and Shelby Collectibles. Now let's take a look at the green light. Had to get the truck out because I haven't looked at the truck since the day I did the video on it. This truck is so awesome, though. It's just rad. Alright, so let's take a look at the green light. Now the green light is a little bit bigger scale, and for me, I think the Hot Wheels casting is the nicest, but I think out of these three I would take this green light only because the execution on this model. Green light has some other releases of this car that I don't think are nearly as nice. This one, with these wheels and tires. They are not everything on a diecast car, but they are everything on a diecast car. And, I mean, you can see this is an example of how much nicer the car looks with awesome wheels and tires. The livery on this thing is pretty rad too. So that would be my pick. Maybe the Hot Wheels. The Shelby Collectibles would come in a third place out of the three, in my opinion. So there you go. There's your Shelby. There is your Hot Wheels, and there's your green light. I'll let you guys be the judge. I mean, from this angle here, you can see all the wheels. There's no question who has the nicest wheels. If you could put those green light wheels on the Hot Wheels casting, that would be pretty money. The green light does not, as you can see here, does not have the lensed headlights, which is a -1. But the wheels gives it a +2. I don't know. I like them all. Yeah, I was never the biggest fan of the 427 Cobra. But when I see one that looks that nice for $2 or $3, yeah, I gotta get it. And the only reason I got the green light is because it came with the ramp truck. I had to have the ramp truck. So anyways, this video is a jammer video. I have had, I think I've got 4 or 5 jammers that are full of, it's like very random, mostly Real Rider Hot Wheels. All kinds of different stuff. Like one of the jammers is all 100% and black box. One of them is pretty much mostly like car culture duplicates with the very small amount of pop culture castings that I buy. And then the rest are just like random stuff like this one here. It's very heavy because most of these are metal on metal. So I'll start with this car here. This, I think it was Automotive Milestones. Automotive Milestones, maybe. This is Grumpy's. Awesome 67. This is probably the nicest 67 Camaro that Hot Wheels makes for the money right now. Because you can still pick these up for like 10 bucks, 15 bucks. Most of the really nice 67 Camaros, you're going to have to pop out some cash. Like the Golf, the RLC Golf, or some of the vintage racing. So for the money, this is a great buy right now. Awesome wheels and tires, awesome livery, based off of a real car. So then I got this one here. This is from Hot Wheels Vintage Racing. Old Reliable. So all of these are blister fresh mint. Any flaws that you see are a result, they're just factory flaws. They came out of the package that way. So these little tampo flaws are, that's how it came, out of the blister. But this is another awesome little car. It actually has the same wheels and tires. Just sweet. These vintage racing cars are so awesome. I don't think I'll ever have the set, but I am gonna chip away at it, kind of like I've done with the retro entertainment set. Here's another vintage racing Camaro. This one, this one's a little bit more expensive than the others. Oh, it's so beautiful though. I think this is the nicest looking 67 Camaro. Except for the Golf. The Golf RLC is an amazing piece, but there's something about this smoky eunuch livery that really does it for me. Gold on black. Got the gold wheels, Goodyear tires. Real simple racing livery. Really nice detail. So, another awesome vintage racing car. This one here, I don't remember what this is from, but I'm sure one of you guys will know. Whatever it is, pretty sure that I cracked it on the channel. It is a pretty awesome 32 though. Now, one of the 32s that I need, it looks just like this, same color and everything, but without all the graphics. But it's the American Graffiti Retro Entertainment. So if any of you have that, I do need it for my set. But with the checkers, that just looks so awesome. Checkered flag livery. So that's pretty cool. This one's pretty cool too. Another car that has kind of an old racing look, almost like an old bootlegger car. This is an original Real Rider Treasure Hunt back before they had supers, and it's just a fat fendered Ford. Really cool. It's a real heavy, chunky casting, metal on metal, and you got your rubber tires with tread. Really nice flat black with flames. Cool car. Might have to do one side at a time. There's 48 cars in this jammer. I don't remember. I think this might be like a drag strip Demons or one of those type of series. It's a 65 Dodge Coronet. It's definitely a modified race car. Dave Strickler. It is sick though. This thing is bad. I love this car. Got the zoomy tubes. That is killer. Bill Styles. See, and this is the random type of Hot Wheels that I like to pick up. Stuff like this. Here's one. I don't remember where this. See, some of these I don't. This one of the disadvantages of cracking open all your diecast. I don't remember where this one came from, but it's really cool. That paint appears to be a Spectraflame paint, and it's real heavy. It is metal on metal. It does have rubber tires. Most of these do, so I don't need to keep repeating myself there, but. A really cool, I think, what is this, a 34? It's got a 1979 copyright date on the base. That was the first time they brought this casting out. I think it's a 34 Ford. Really cool casting, though. Really cool release of that casting. Here's a popular one. This was not vintage. It wasn't from the Vintage Racing series, but it was from one of those Hot Wheels racing series. They brought a few of them out around this time. And I don't remember which one this was, but this is just an old Plymouth Fury, and this thing is awesome. Awesome graphics, awesome like vintage racing look. It's got Firestone tires. On black steel wheels. This car just has a really good look to it. A lot of good detail too. And I think this is the same tool that was used for the Christine in the Retro Entertainment collection. Here's one of the rare pop culture cars that made it into my collection. And it's only in my collection because of the theme. Super Mario. The combination of that with the dairy delivery. This was one of the pop culture cars that when it came out, I said, yep, that one I'm going to get. And so I did. Here's a garage car. Pretty awesome little garage car. I love this color on this bone shaker. That like real deep copper, almost like a root beer color on a satin black with all gold trim. Awesome looking. That one's pretty rad. From the Delivery series. This one's pretty awesome too. This panel, Goodyear panel, real heavy, chunky casting. Another car from the Hot Wheels Vintage Racing. This is probably the nicest one that I have. Some people might say the Datsun would be nicer than this. It's probably a toss-up for me. But this Boss Mustang is sick, and it's got a lot of really nice detail that you just don't see from Hot Wheels very often. So some really nice racing livery. Simple, but gets the point across with, you got the Union 76, Castrol, Firestone. I mean, look at the lettering there. You got the black number 15 outlined in red. Very subtle details like that. And then the Firestone tires. I really like seeing Firestone tires, because most of the time from Hot Wheels we see Goodyear. So anytime we see anything other than Goodyear, I like that. Whether it's BF Goodrich or Firestone. Really nice detail on the back end. I love this casting. I have the Super Treasure Hunt as well, and it's one of my favorite Supers. Really cool car. This is another, I think, drag strip demon, but I don't know. It came out as, it's the same as that Dodge Coronet, same series. This is a CUDA. It's metal on metal. Most of these are all, in fact, every car I've showed so far is all metal on metal with rubber tires. But this CUDA is awesome as well. Nice wheels and tires. Nice color combination too. This white is like a real frosty. It almost reminds me of the white lightning paint that that Johnny Lightning is using right now. So really nice vintage racing look to that. I think this car was a garage car. I never paid much attention to it because this car just never, I never got too excited about it. You can't even really see it. Just a El Camino. Really cool wheels on it though, those Steelies. But the detail on it is pretty weak. It's metal on metal with rubber tires though. There's another vintage racing. This one is awesome looking too. Mercury Cougar. The Goodyear tires. Red and silver. And gurney. Got your little hood pins on it. Really cool looking car. This was the first vintage racing car that I ever had. I found it at, I don't know where I found this. It might have been an antique mall or something. And I think it was like $5, which I think pretty much that's the minimum that you're going to find any vintage racing Hot Wheel. Another pop culture car. Another rare pop culture car in my collection. This is too nice not to have. This Snoopy GMC panel is sick. It's a Zamac finish with the military, almost like a World War II era military livery. Is sick. This one doesn't seem to show up too much on eBay. It's on there. I mean, this is a car you can find, and but it seems like it's gotten kind of pricey too, you know, for a pop culture car. I've seen these sell for like $20. So that's pretty cool. From the Ultra Hots release, this was when they were released on those big, like dark colored cars or cards. This is a custom Barracuda. Still metal on metal, rubber tires. I don't remember what release this one is from. I don't even remember what this casting is called. I'm sure you guys will remember. The name escapes me. Hooligan, maybe? Something like that. I don't know. It's a pretty interesting little casting. Pretty cool, though. Lucky Rat. All right, so these two cars. It's weird. One of them is very heavy. The other one is very light. I don't know what years they are. Well, I know one of them is a 57. I think the other one's a 56. We'll do the 57 first. At least I think it's a 57. I don't know. These castings from Hot Wheels from this time were goofy and like cartoonized. So I don't know if that's a 56 or a 57. I think it's a 57. I'm not the biggest fan of the casting. They definitely didn't really go for accuracy. But it's pretty cool looking, though, with the vintage racing attire. Got Fireball Roberts. Some interesting wheels on that one. And then this one here, I'm pretty sure is a 56. And this one is really cool. You got the Smokey's Best Damn Garage in Town. The Sure Pure Lube Motor Oil Champion Spark Plugs. Herb Thomas driving the Smokey Eunuch. Blacked out windows. So that's a pretty cool car there. We got 4 cars left, and then I'm going to stop the video and do the next side. This is a Boulevard car. The Vector has that early 1980s exotic car look. Very much to me resembles a Lamborghini Countach. So I don't know the story behind this car, if it's a licensed model or not. I've never heard of a Vector. So for all I know, this could just be like a Hot Wheels concept. Twin turbo. It's pretty sweet looking, though. I mean, it's real heavy. Metal on metal, rubber tires. It's, worst case scenario with this entire collection, they can all be wheel donors. So, can never go wrong having metal on metal Hot Wheels with real riders, regardless of what the casting is. That's why I load up on car cultures and stuff like that, because you can never have too many. This one's pretty cool here. This, I think, is it's the same casting as the white one, so I'm pretty sure it is a 57. This one is a plastic base. It does have real riders. This one has the blown motor with the zoomy tubes. And it's Phoenix Fire Department. And that's pretty cool because my mom's husband is a retired Phoenix firefighter. He was a captain in the Phoenix Fire Police Department, so that's pretty cool. Phoenix Fire Department, just firemen in general. Got a lot of that stuff going on in my family with my brother, and got a cousin. Or a couple cousins, actually, on both my mom's side and my dad's side. And then, obviously, my mom's husband, who was a Phoenix firefighter for his entire career. So, pretty cool little car. I've actually thought about passing that on to him. I may do that. I don't know. All right, only 2 left on this side. 2 of the best on this side. I'll start with this one here. This is another original Real Rider treasure hunt, the Ford Thunderbolt. This is an awesome treasure hunt. One of the I don't buy all of these because a lot of these old Real Rider hunts are fantasy cars, and I just don't like fantasy castings. But the licensed models, I do try to pick them up when I can, like the Fat Fender Ford, the Toyota Celica, the Mercury Cougar, and basically all of that type of stuff I try to get. The Porsche 959, but this thing is pretty sick. Really nice paint job. Really nice treasure hunt. Doesn't much like the camera. And then the last one here is another vintage racing car. Another really nice vintage racing car, I think. Not a 67 Camaro, but a 69 Camaro. Sunoco Camaro. And it's pretty rad. I like the 69 much more than I like the 67. Especially the castings from Hot Wheels. That I don't think they did a good job on the 67. But it's one of the most sought after, most popular Hot Wheels castings in their entire catalog. For some reason, I don't know if it was set off by that 95 T-Hunt or if it's a casting that has been around since the beginning. But for me personally, I think the 69 casting is a lot better. And that goes for Johnny Lightning too. Their 67 casting doesn't do it for me. I mean, just look how cool that is. So that is Jammer number 1, side number 1. And that's the side that featured all of what I have for vintage racing in my collection. I don't think I have any more, and I'm not going to be getting the Brie out for this little series of videos. So there you go. I only have 6 vintage racing cars. Who knows? We might find another one. I don't think I have any more though. So only 6. But, you know, the Smoky Unit Camaro and the Brie Datsun are probably my 2 favorite. With, you know, I also really like the Richard Petty Roadrunner. I know that's going to be a bear of a car to find. And I have to mortgage the house to be able to afford it. All those Richard Petty cars have gotten up there in price from that vintage racing set. So there you go. Just some Hot Wheels Real Riders. And some Cobras. All right, I'll be back with Jammer number 1, side number 2.